What's up, y'all? Welcome to WILKE'S world. I just finished up therapy today. No more of that as of now. I mean, I'll probably maybe get some other therapy. I don't know. But that's done. 3 weeks left, and I'm done with this MRT bullshit. Things are looking up again today. Like, been feeling pretty down. Things are looking up. Hate to repeat something I just watched, but this lady just was telling everybody that you came here for this, you came here for this, like we came here to experience this world and be in it, maybe not of it, or maybe both, but mainly it was all about is, you need to be heard. You need to use your voice and be heard. At least that's how I took it. That's really what she was saying, so there's really no other way to take it. But anyway, hope everybody's doing great out there. So I got another day free though. Some days sometimes it feels like nothing's free, like did a whole bunch of mindful exercises, being how to be mindful and how to seat yourself in the present moment. Pretty funny actually. Like when I left the house, I locked myself out. I was like, fuck, which I can get in with a card, ain't no big deal. But like, I was like, fuck, man. And then she pulls out this piece of paper and she's reading it, and it's all about put your key in the lock, really feel the mechanism when you unlock your door. Like, I was like, that's pretty fucking funny, man. I just locked myself out of the house. But them kind of jokes are good, them kind of synchronicities or whatever you want to call them. That shit's worth it. And what I got out of a lot of these mindful exercises and things like that, ways to like, when you eat your food, you're supposed to, really taste your food and even feel the textures of the food and shit, and notice how it affects you and affects, your emotions even. And, same with touching stuff. When you touch things, like really feel how it affects you, the way you smell and all that. And all these are ways to like plant yourself in that moment or present moment and see how stuff affects you, like and I thought that was all pretty good. One of them, she said, when you're sitting, one of these meditation little exercise things she said was like, when you're doing all this waiting, which I hate waiting, like I hate lines, I can't stand fucking shit loading on the TV, I can't stand shit loading on the computer. Like, if it's fucking not working, I'm just like, gosh damn it, fuck this shit, so. But like she said, take those moments, focus on your breathing, or find something to be thankful for instead of stressing about the fact that you're waiting. That's what I need to work on myself, but like some parts of me, I just don't know if they're ever going to change, like, and I ain't ashamed of me, so like it's good, but still can try. Always try it anyways. Try to get better, try to feel better and shit, but yeah, some parts of me just they ain't no different than they ever was. I feel like, and I've been on this road a long time, and I've done all kinds of work, which probably don't look like work to people, but definitely mental fucking gymnastics, if y'all want to call it that. But definitely does work this mind a ton. But yeah, some parts of me just stay the same no matter what, and that's probably not a good thing. Or not a bad thing. That's not a good thing. That's good, isn't it? No, that's not a good thing. Anyway, not a bad thing. Some shit I don't think needs to be changed. Some shit I don't even want it to change. Like, it's me, and I too hate that I get so stressed out about little shit like that. But like, especially when you get to where you're paying attention to everything, man, like noticing everything. It's like when everything's testing your buttons everywhere you go. It's like, you know, sometimes I think we need to focus on this fact too. Like, though you're getting tested everywhere you go, you know, and you're letting all this other shit that you don't even know that well get away with this shit. Don't take out your fucking stress from that shit on the people you care about. You know, like I notice sometimes I'm even short with my kids and stuff, and like they can get away with murder. Really, like I don't. There's nothing they're gonna do that's ever gonna make me not think they're perfect. You know, so like I'll let some other shit go down, you know, in the world and shit, and let it roll off my shoulders. When somebody talks to me in a certain way or whatever, and then when they do it, I'm like, you know, because I've already been being tested everywhere else too for my patience, and like I don't like it when they're being used that way, and then it kind of makes me a little bit short with them sometimes, and like, which, man, being a dad is like, wasn't best probably at it in the beginning, but I was always good at it, and like loving them kids, all I've ever been about really, and like that's the only thing I ever know for sure I've ever done right, like, is love them, you know, the way I do, and like I used to be better at a lot of things, which I'm still good at it. Like, I can't say used to, because like I'm still love them unconditionally. So like I'm fine with that. There's some things I need to get back to. Like I used to be able to get on their level. You know, it was, you know, the world could never have got to us ever. But I've learned as much from them as they'll ever learn from me. That's for sure. Like without them, I wouldn't even have known. Like I know my family loves me and shit. Like I was shown love. Don't get me wrong, but like without them, I'd have never known what unconditional love even was. You know, and I mean that's a fucking blessing in itself, and like that's something that some of us need to remember. You know, like especially if you didn't get it yourself. You know what I mean? Like even though you didn't get it, look how you can fucking still flow it into your kids and things. Like, you know, it's breaking that cycle. You know, it didn't continue with you. Like you changed it. You know, you're doing better with your kids than was done with you. You know, like, and to me that's a fucking win, man. That's fucking breaking generational fucking cycles or whatever they call it. But you know that cycle stops with you, you know, and like sometimes we let off like rushing get to us, got to be somewhere on time. Like I know that some of that shit is just part of being here on this place, but like, you know, this is another good thing I heard today in my therapy class. Like it's a good one, you know, but you know, rather than telling your kid, this was their example, but like and thanks a lot, Heather, if you're watching. But anyway, one of her examples was, you know, rather than telling your kid, you better not miss the bus, you know, you better not be late, it'd be, how about we get to the bus early? You know what I mean? You know, change it up on them that way, you know, like, let's get on out to the bus a little early today, you know, like, that was pretty good. You know, how different motivation, probably ain't the right word there, but somewhat the word, but, you know, different ways you can approach situations, you know, and have a more positive outcome, you know, without having to do anything really too much different, you know. You probably want your kid to get on the bus anyways, you know, so why not get them excited about, let's get on out there a little bit early, you know, rather than you better not make us late, you know, like. It made a bunch of sense to me. That was pretty good shit, really. Which I do my best not to let the world affect me and my kids, which it has a bunch, and you know, which I had to go down the roads I had to go down, you know, and it's been my path, you know. Like now it's time to be heard again, you know, and like any of y'all that's been being quiet, you know, especially any of us that what I would call warriors, you know, like I know I ain't no fucking slouch, you know, like um, your voice needs to be heard, should be heard, deserves to be heard. Like the shit you made it through and stuff, like come on, man. You don't think your shit can't help somebody, you know? And speaking it is going to help you more than anything, believe it or not. You know, at the very least, you're helping people and it'll make you feel good, you know? And you deserve that shit anyway. Like, you fucking deserve it. You've fought and you've made it. You're here, you know? Time is now. Time to feel good now. Time to live now, you know? Time to fucking believe again and dream again. And, you know, like, that's all I'm working on, you know? Like, get a little bit more under my belt. Like I said, I don't want to focus on, oh, it'll never come if I keep waiting, you know, but eventually maybe some action has to be taken, and I'm preparing for that, and I'm ready for that, you know, but I don't know, it's just, there's so much, like I said, there's so many ways to look at things, and, you know, so many different things, like you can search, and more information comes, the more you search for information, and like I'm fine with, if I gotta go back to the way things were a little bit, to be happy again, you know, and to enjoy again, and, you know, I can fight that battle again. I already fought it once and didn't even know it was a battle, you know, like I know I can do it again. And you guys can too. You're not done. You're not done fighting. You know, you're not gonna ever quit. So you might as well just accept it. I was talking to my grandma earlier about even beer, you know, and we were joking about a little bit of drinking and shit, and she was like, but you don't need to be doing that anymore. And I said, but grandma, I've never been a quitter, you know what I mean? Like, so uh, anyway, but I don't know, life feels pretty good today. uh, Dog's cool as shit, like always. Yeah, like I said, get your voice heard, you know. It don't mean start an argument everywhere you goddamn go, because most people ain't gonna want to hear a lot of this shit anyway, you know. But that'll come too. That'll change. You know what I mean? Eventually, it'll change. Like, you're gonna have to fucking explain all this shit. And if you look at life differently, like I do, there's just no point sometimes in even trying to explain it, like, to people, because they're not gonna get it. And I don't know if that means that they're asleep or we're asleep. I don't know, but like, it's not even worth the stress of trying to explain it. But like, you can fucking throw out some positive shit every now and then about, you know, another way to look at things, or, you know, sometimes the dumbness and the shit we worry and stress about, because it ain't the end of the world, man. It ain't the end of the world. This motherfucker was here long before, and it'll be here long after, just like you were here before, and you will be here long after. And, you know, really there is no beginning or end of you. It just seems that way, you know. People don't understand that. I ain't saying people don't understand that. I don't know if they do or not. Like, I didn't understand that for the longest time. Like, you know, I tell you all the time, you know, spirit is God, and you know, like they say, you know, I'm the beginning and I'm the end, you know, but it's really, there's no beginning and there's no end, and it's very hard to understand, you know, but I'm not saying I could totally understand it enough to explain it well, except for that, you know, like, you are forever, you've been forever. I've been telling everybody that for a long time, you know, like, forever is forever. Everybody's like, you know, when how about we get to forever, and, you know, forever is forever. Like, it's forever. Like, that is now, you know, it's forever. Like, it's not forever later, you know what I mean? It's forever now. Like, there's only one forever, and you're in it. So, you know, like, it should be freeing feeling when you think about some of this shit this way. But like I said, it's hard when you're still maybe needing outside validation and things that you don't even really need. It just appears that you do. Like, you're always got your own back, and you just don't realize how much you do. Like, you always got your own back, and it's fucking crazy. Like, when you realize that you're always there with you, and you know, you're worthy of everything. You're worthy of everything you could ever wanted, everything you've ever needed, everything you've been given, everything you've taken for granted. You were worth taking it for granted. Even like, I ain't saying take shit for granted, but like, you were worthy of that mistake, especially if you learn from it, you know, even if you didn't, you know, like, but still, you were worthy of that. Like, you got the lesson from it, you fucking move on, you know what I mean? Like, don't fucking hate on yourself for the shit that you did take for granted. We've all done it. People are gonna do it. It'll happen again, you know what I mean? Like, and you'll probably take something for granted again. Who fucking knows? But like, I don't mean like, I just mean don't fucking take on that, oh my God, I should have done this better. I could have done this better. Yes, you could have, but you're trying to do better. So that's good enough. Like, you know, like, yeah, we could all done shit better. Like, of course, like, but you wouldn't have known you could have done it better if you didn't do it wrong in the fucking first place. So there you go. There's a little simple lesson in that. Like, that compare and contrast, or what the fuck ever you want to call that. Like, the polar opposites, or it's not the right word. Contrast is the right word, but like, there's a better word than that, but I can't think of it right now. But, you know, either side of the coin, however you want to look at it, you know, you wouldn't know you could have done better if you didn't do not as good in the first place. Like, at the time, that was your best, you know, like, and maybe it wasn't actually your best, but that's the best you did at the time. Like, and you wouldn't know that you could have done better if you would have done less than better, you know. So like, there's a lesson in that, and it's worth learning, and it's good stuff. Like, and it takes that pressure off that fucking past mistake, you know. Like, yeah, I fucked up or whatever, but I didn't do it again, you know. And even if you do it again, like, I understand that. Like, if it was like, don't touch this, it's hot, I'll touch it, you know. If it's, how many times you gotta slam your hand in the drawer, you know what I mean, I'll slam it in there multiple times, you know, till I figure out what the fuck that was all about, you know. Like, or why they're telling me not to slam my hand in the door, you know what I mean, or hand in the drawer, you know. Don't tell me not to do it, I'll do it anyway, you know. Like, that's me. But anyways, like, you know, you're getting all this shit too. Like, you can, I'll make a fucking joke now, but you know, you get into all this shit past, present. Like, I almost made this joke yesterday. Like, been telling me to seat myself in the moment, and some of the shit I've been listening to, and it's like, same people telling me this are telling me time doesn't matter, you know. Like, well then this moment isn't even happening now. Like, it's always happening, right? According to that theory, you know. Like, so what? You know, like, oh God. Well, they definitely say on the other side of the veil, it's time doesn't exist, it's all happening now. So some things we won't understand till it's time to understand it, you know. But I just wanted to get on here and rap with y'all a little bit. I love you. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Keep your heads up and keep swinging, man. Peace, love, hair grease. Peace, y'all.